Hi, my name is Colbier and let's start with Iron Harvest. The game is set in an alternative timeline of the First World War. The main thing that distinguishes our world from Iron Harvest is the giant steam-powered robots, main weapons of the war. Here you'll find a huge variety of them, and I'll be honest, they look very detailed. All the design features are absolutely 10 cold beers out of 10, although the gameplay itself is... well, it's a decent strategy game, but if you are a fan of StarCraft or Command & Conquer, Iron Harvest is not for you. Avoid at all cost. Like, literally, do not take it even if it's free, even if they pay you. But if you are just a casual player, then yeah, try it out. Keep in mind, your grandma as well could play this game, even if she's dead. Mine is dead and she plays this game all the time with my other dead grandma, and even they want a faster game. So Iron Harvest is that slow, I'm not kidding. Although that doesn't mean that Iron Harvest is easy. It's slow, but it's hard. It will challenge you and your grandma. You can play online in co-op mode together, by the way. The most annoying thing is that robots have reaction delays. You click on some spot and then you watch how your mech still goes to the previous direction for 1 second or so, then stops, then slowly starts turning and moving where you want it to go. Developers say that they did it because of physics and realism, but what it actually does, it infuriates you and you just want to quit the game. Prison Architect. Let's start with the fact that you can play Prison Architect for free this whole weekend. The game works somehow similar like any dungeon manager game. Well, more like literally the same, except your inmates do not have as much of free will here, if you know what I mean. Anyway, here you will build an amazing maximum security prison where you can be a sadistic tyrant and torture your inmates. Or, I don't know, Norwegian prison where inmates live better than people in freedom in most of the countries. I just saw on TV one documentary and their prisoners had better TVs and furniture than I do at my home. So, you can help me out by supporting me on Patreon or joining here on YouTube. By the way, did you know that Prison Architect has a 3D mode as well? This is not a mod or something, you can turn it on or off anytime you want. Just don't drop the soap. Killing Floor 2. You will descend into continental Europe where the outbreak caused by a failed experiment has quickly spread and gained unstoppable momentum, essentially paralyzing the European Union. Well, that sucks, I live here. The monster clones are everywhere and civilization is in disarray. Communications have failed, governments have collapsed, and military forces have been systematically eradicated. The people of Europe know survival and self-preservation too well, and lucky survivors have gone into hiding. Well, all except you and your friends. You kill the monster scum and make Europe great again. You'll find a bunch of playable characters in online co-op mode, or solo mode if you are willing to brave the horrific mutants alone. Also, the game has cool versus survival game mode, a 12-player PvP match where 2 teams take turns playing humans versus monsters. The game has around 90% of positive reviews, so it's probably the shooter you were looking for. Airborne Kingdom. This is a sky city builder where you grow a unique town among the clouds, build housing, satisfy needs and grow your clan. Maintain lift, balance weight and be careful not to run low on fuel while you fly it across a wide open landscape which changes with every playthrough. Search for resources, find lost technologies and discover the fate of the ancients. At the same time, gain allegiance with the ground kingdoms and help them find artifacts, construct monuments and build trade routes. Your guidance can propel an era of harmony, but knowing you and knowing me, we will probably crash into some thriving city and kill thousands of innocent people instead. Time Warpers. This is a first-person action-adventure clicker. You may call it an incremental game. There is always a fun upgrade to look forward to, and the numbers keep getting bigger. You will collect gold, upgrade your weapons and teammates, and even join up with other players in the world as you defeat the enemies and get stronger. If you're wondering what this game is really about, you can play the previous title called The Time Warpers on Steam for free. People on Steam are saying that the game is very addicting, but also mindless, suitable very well for passing boring periods of your life.
So, you mean every minute I live, yeah?
Oh come on, get a hobby. Sands of Horror. This is a wonderful hack-and-slash RPG but with huge influence from the Souls-like genre, meaning that you will die a lot and then you will die even more, and that, at least for me, takes a lot of fun away. Game has really beautiful graphics and despite it's a hard game, you can control your hero quite easily and kill some monsters without a sweat. Well, after some practice. To be honest, after a lot of practice. And for some of you, practice may not help at all.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Anyway, I'm kidding, the game is not insanely hard, but it will challenge you, especially the bosses. Otherwise, it's a nice game. But keep in mind that it is in early access and you may want to wait for the full release, because they are resetting the progress with every update. That kinda sucks, I ain't gonna lie. This is a World War I game based on the Italian front. Inspired by the 2-year struggle for control of the Isonzo River Valley and the Alps, the game will lead you across stunning landscapes as you choose your path to victory. Cut your way through barbed wire, flank your enemies by following mountain trails, or man a mortar to blast a way through. Shape a dynamic battlefield by laying sandbags and wire, placing ammo crates, deploying trench periscopes or sniper shields. Fight with more than 30 unique weapons, survive poisonous gas attacks and intense artillery barrages. People on Steam are saying that mostly here you will run up the hill for 20 minutes and then you die. Somehow that is still a fun experience. Game is a proud owner of a very positive review score, so no tricks here. Oxenfree. This is a supernatural thriller about a group of friends who unwittingly open a ghostly rift. You'll play as a bright, rebellious teenager who brings your new stepbrother Jonas to an overnight party on an old military island. The night takes a terrifying turn where you open a supernatural gate spawned from the island's cryptic past. How you deal with these events, your friends, and the ominous creatures you unleashed is up to you. Well, the moral of the story is simple. If you see a supernatural gate, do not open. You know, just leave it be. Kill your curiosity before it kills you. The reviews are above 90% and people on Steam are saying that this is a very beautiful title and a good ghost story as well. Minute of Islands. Here you are, a skilled tinkerer living with your family on an archipelago once inhabited by an ancient race of inscrutable giants. Their mysterious but vital machines festering in the underbelly of the island must be kept going or an almost forgotten threat will swallow all. You vow to restore the hidden engines in time, but is this truly what you need? With your powerful Omni-Switch you go through story-based environmental puzzles and platform gameplay until you will regain control over the giants' machines. People on Steam are saying that the art direction is absolutely amazing, but also warn you that the game leaves a lot of loose ends after it ends. And don't play this game if you are sad or depressed, it's not for you. Also, you can try the demo version for free. Astroneer. Game is set during the 25th century intergalactic age of discovery. Here, astroneers explore the frontiers of outer space, risking their lives in harsh environments to unearth rare discoveries and unlock the mysteries of the universe itself. In this space sandbox adventure, you can work together with other players to build custom bases above or below the ground, create vehicles to explore a vast solar system, and use terrain to create anything you can imagine. So basically, you are invading beautiful planets with beautiful nature and making an industrial hell out of them. Yeah, screw nature, the galaxy is full of it. People on Steam are saying that here you are your own worst enemy. You will fall off the cliffs, touch deadly plants and forget something at your base that is half a galaxy away. Yeah, anyway, very positive reviews are here for a reason. Almost everyone loves the game and there is a huge chance that you will love it as well. Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. If you like epic space battles, this may be your spoon of potato salad. Armada 2 is not a small game by any means. It includes 12 factions and 3 extensive campaigns that will take about 40 hours to finish. People on Steam are saying that the gameplay here is great and the tactical naval spaceship battles are really entertaining to plot, strategize and then wage on. But quite a few people are complaining about constant crashes. Some of them can't go past even the first intro cinematic, so it seems that buying this game might be a gamble. Remember, if you don't have 2 hours of gameplay, you can refund the game. Just don't leave it running on the menu for 5 hours. That counts as well. Outward Definitive Edition. This is an open-world survival game with Souls-like combat mechanics. In this edition you will find both DLCs, new weapons, dungeons and also several life quality improvements. The game has only a mostly positive review score on Steam, but it doesn't do the justice. Most people who are giving a dislike spend 40 to 60 hours in game, and that honestly looks like some kind of masochism. If you don't like the game, just don't play it. Like Warren Buffett once said, always take the easy road and you will get there first. Anyway, Outward is like Skyrim and Dark Souls had a weird hybrid baby, and instead of abortion, this time they decided to keep it. If you like both games, why not? Outward has some problems, but in general, it is a nice game. It Takes Two. As you can probably imagine, this is a co-op game for 2 people. Here you can invite a friend to join for free with Friends Pass, and together master unique and connected character abilities, help each other with the obstacles, and have a great time in general. For example, my friend who's 40 plus years old and usually plays games like Detroit Become Human, Observer, The Last of Us and similar gloomy stuff, played this with his wife, and he said that this was the best game he tried in half a year. So it's obvious that the game has no age or genre restrictions, it's just pure fun. so grab your mother-in-law and have fun together. It Takes Two has overwhelmingly positive reviews, but that's probably obvious as well. Dreamscaper. This is a beautiful action roguelite game. At first the gameplay is very easy. At least it was when I played the game. I felt no bigger challenge and all the creatures died from my mighty swings without any problems. I was like, hey, I'm really good at this game. The challenge began when I finally met the first boss. And the fight was great, like 10 out of 10 great. And also it was the strongest aspect of this game. But I was kinda surprised that the more I played, the more Souls-like the game got. Easy peasy beginning was a trap. Actually, Dreamscaper is very unforgiving and difficult. I wouldn't mind, but most of the weapons here are slow, you know, like your sister. I felt like I was swinging them through the water or something, and you have to make perfectly timed attacks for critical hits. That is a hard thing to do with slowpoke weapons, but if this isn't a problem for you, then it may be the game for you. It has great art design, visuals, puzzles, and the gameplay is really fun. Far Lone Sails. This is a vehicle adventure game where you travel across a dried-out ocean following the tracks of a once thriving civilization. Through an array of roadblocks and hazardous weather, you need to keep your vessel going. While doing that, a lot of questions are circling in your mind. Where will this journey take you? Are you the last of your kind? What happened to the ocean? Will you taste potato salad ever again? Will they finally make another Edge of Tomorrow movie? Can we, with the help of AI, make more Firefly series in the future? And why, when you drink 1 liter of beer, you piss out 2 liters of piss? I guess if you crack the latter, the Nobel Prize would be yours without competition. So it's only you, your machine, and the big nothing. Far is an art from the big A. True fart, if I may say, but in a good sense. The Surge 2. On the way to Jericho City, your plane is shut down by a mysterious storm and crash lands in the outskirts. You wake up weeks later in a derelict detention facility inside the city. Armor-clad soldiers enforce martial law. Robots are on a rampage and a dark expanding nanostorm looms over the cityscape. So long story short, everything here wants you dead. But you are not some lame puny peasant, you have your mechanical sword and can beat enemies with it and take their parts and make yourself better in the process. Imagine if you hand wrestle with a coworker you hate, then you win and take his eyes as a prize. Well, that took a dark turn rather quickly, right? Hell Let Loose. This is a hardcore World War II first-person shooter with epic battles consisting of 100 players, with infantry, tanks, artillery, a dynamically shifting frontline, and a unique resource-based RTS-inspired metagame. People on Steam are saying that 80% of the time you will spend either dead, walking, or under artillery fire. You can't spawn half of the time without getting insta-killed by bombs or accurate bullets, but the fact is that you don't mind. Those few moments when you kill somebody who has just spawned are precious, and you would not give them up for anything. And very positive reviews of this game ain't gonna let me lie to you. Only disadvantage here is the price. It's still quite high. Well, not as high as Snoop Dogg or Seth Rogen though. Medieval Dynasty. Here you take on the role of a young man who has fled from war and wants to take his fate in his own hands. From being alone, inexperienced and poor, he will develop into a master of many skills, a leader of community and the founder of a prosperous dynasty. Dynasty which is meant to last and prosper for generations to come. So you can create a tiny medieval North Korea for yourself and thrive, while your friends eat grass. You will defend against wild animals, hunt for food, gather resources, craft equipment, build yourself a house and become a founder of a whole village. Tough winters and unexpected events will challenge your skills and dexterity as you strive to build your own legacy. One of the coolest things for me here is the entire year cycle, with 4 seasons and realistic wildlife that really helps with the immersion. For the King. If you took Heroes of Might and Magic and crossbred it with some children's book with big pictures in it, you would get For the King. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of a better comparison, but it's quite accurate. For the King is a strategic RPG that blends tabletop and roguelike elements in an adventure that spans over the realms. You can play it alone or cooperatively both online and locally. Here every playthrough is made unique with procedurally generated maps, quests, loots and events for you to participate in. Between playthroughs you can purchase weapons, items, NPCs, classes, events, and so on. It has roguelite replayability implemented, and this time it's kinda cool. You know, except the fact that you will die a lot. Yeah, that's what roguelite is all about. Dying and then getting better because of that. People on Steam are saying that the game is very addictive, and you can be killed by a skeleton named Boner. Let that sink. And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time, bye.